Alright guys, today we're going to be explaining to you how to do a Kanger Subbox RBA, rebuildable atomizer. Now, your box may come stock with a couple coils, but you know what? Screw those coils. Let's build our own. You're going to want to take your RBA here and take this screw off. This screw is what's holding the shielding in here. So just, you don't need to unscrew it all the way, just a tiny bit, enough to slide it off. And once you have that, you're going to want to screw this tiny little top part off here. Alright, now in here you can see that we have the coil and cotton and all that. Slide off the protective shield here. And there you go. We're going to completely rebuild it. Go ahead and start by loosening your standoff screws just enough to be able to slide the coil out. Now I'm just going to unscrew this tiny bit more. And one thing to always have handy when you're building coils and all that, especially if you're rebuilding, is have some toilet paper nearby just to clean up all the liquid, because you don't want that everywhere. And it gets all over your hands and it's just not pleasant. Now that you have your coil off and hopefully your cotton's out and your RBA is exposed, take your tank, if you haven't already built it, and unscrew the bottom. Let's go ahead and take that off. Just set that off to the side. Go ahead and give it a nice wipe about so it's clean and not all dripping all over the place. And take your RBA post, I guess, and screw it in like you would screw in your coil. And for the sake of this video and every other video, we're going to be building on the mod because that is the safest and easiest way to do it. Also, so you don't have to sit there and use, you know, one hand all the time. Alright, so we've got it on there. What now? Well, we have to build the coil. We have another tutorial on that if you'd like to check it out. You have your coil built. The coil that you need for this specific RDA or any other Kanger RBA, I'm sorry, is a basic 5-wrap coil, as you can see here. Now what you're going to want to do is insert the coil in down like this, so that the open part is down. The reason for this is so that it's easier to slide in the cotton when it comes time. So grab your battery with your building platform on it and just go ahead and get the coil in where it needs to be. Coil on there exactly as it is here, right in the middle with the I guess top part of the coil facing down. Go ahead and take your wire cutters and snip the ends off. Now you're going to want to make sure that it's as close to the post as you can get it, because when you put the protective shield back on, the shield will not go on if there are any parts of the coil sticking out of the ends. And you know, you want a vape, I'm pretty sure we all do, so take the extra time and care to snip them off. Okay, now once they're snipped off, go ahead and tighten your standoffs just a little more, make sure they're taut and your coil isn't moving at all. Great. Alright, let's see what she's reading at. Wow, 0.38 ohms, how about that? That's really not bad. Alright, let's check how she fires. Ooh, do you see that? That's beautiful. Alright, now what Kanger says is best for the cotton is to put the shield on first and string the cotton through the sides. Now I don't think you can really do that with this one. They do have the Subbox Mini, which has wider opening holes on the side. You can do that there. So we're just going to put cotton in this one like we do any other RDA.
For this RDA, like he was saying, you can have a lot of people, for the bigger ones, will put, you know, it looping through here and through these. Every now and then, when I do a build with this one, I'll sweep it through, but to be easier, we're just going to literally put the shield on over it. Especially if you're a new beginner, because it's not easy getting it through the little holes on here and then through your coil. Stick your cotton in, try and get it more rudder bound, get it nice and round, stick it through, and bam. You have cotton going through. I am going to trim it off. I'll use the scissors. Get about right there. Get about right there. That's what your cotton should look like to start with. You can, like I said, you can't add more, but if you want to take away a little, make it fit in there better, you can. If you want to leave that, you're probably going to be good. But too much cotton, and you can have the center burn because the liquid can't travel fast enough. That's why little space of cotton, more liquid to get to the coil. Better burn, better clouds, you don't get that horrible, horrible cotton flavor.
Now, the thing with this RBA is it's not like a normal RDA where you would be dripping your liquid on. Instead, you have your tank, which is supplying a constant flow of liquid to your cotton. And as Zach was explaining, this right amount of cotton is pretty good, especially if you're going to use the tank, which that's recommended. Alright, so let's just go ahead and tuck the cotton in a little bit here, just a little bit, so that it'll have some give once we put the shield back on. Alright, you're going to take the shield and you're going to find the screw and you're going to line this little part up with the screw and just slide it on in there. Now if you have to, go ahead and manipulate the cotton in any way that is necessary so that you can put the shielding back on. Not enough so that where you can't take it off, but just enough to where it stays tight and this doesn't slide off. Alright, now that the shielding is on, we're going to go ahead and check what the coil is reading at, because it may have touched it and messed with it. So let's see the reading. It's still reading at 0.38 ohms. That's great. We already did a firing test. So now that your build is complete, you have the cotton inside and all that fun jazz, go ahead and take this little thing and, whoa, okay, screw it in the top, and there you go. You've just successfully built your Kanger RBA.